I woke up this morning and I had a dream, a very vivid dream about XRP. So I wanted to get online and tell the Discover Church family. I saw the price of XRP shoot up and then it just crashed. It just dropped back down and took all of the gain away. So now I want to say before you make any decisions, I'm not giving you financial advice. I love the XRP Army people. I've known them for a long time. I've been involved in crypto since 2017. That kind of makes me a veteran now in this industry, 7 years. And I'm just telling you my dream, not what to act. And people are calling for a very high price of XRP. I want to talk about the tokenomics of that, which is the realistic constraints on XRP and how it will behave. Some of you are new in crypto trading, and I just don't want to see you get burned. Maybe it goes to the moon, maybe it crashes on the moon. So have a look at some of these facts. Interestingly, I had this dream on the same day that Joe Biden talked about pardoning his son. And the interesting play on word about that is he had said before the election, no one is above the law. No one is above the law. And yet, of course, him granting a full and unconditional pardon to his son Hunter for anything that he's ever done, despite the fact that he is convicted of multiple felonies. Trump is not. He is convicted of multiple felonies. He will now go unpunished because they're acting like he's above the law. Cryptocurrency is not above the law of economics. All right, so, when you're in power, you feel good, you say magnanimous things. When you're out of power, suddenly you don't feel magnanimous. And this meme says here, now the left says, instead of no one is above the law, they say, why wouldn't anyone with a heart pardon their son? Well, let's be happy for a little bit here. We got XRP, big news. It's flipped USDT and Solana to become the third most valuable crypto asset. There's a ugly, but I guess funny meme here. It's taken out Doge, Binance, Solana, and in this meme, it's coming for ETH. Is it coming for BTC? I doubt that highly. But XRP took number 2 spot from ETH in December 2017 and January 2018. So it is possible. In crypto, everything is possible. All right. Moon Lambo says, today is the highest my net worth has been my entire life. Okay, well, congratulations for that. Pharaoh X33 says, I tried to tell you in 2023, 2024 was going to be fireworks. 2025 will be legendary. And that's what we call the Trump effect. People are very bullish, and I think things are going to go real strong in this year. We really do believe in the wealth transfer that the Bible talks. The Bible predicted that the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just, and the wages of the laborers. That means you got to be a laborer for God. You got to be serving Him. The wages of the laborers will be crying out to the Lord of Sabaoth, or the Lord of hosts. So this man says, or this account says, you all deserve what's coming, XRP. Okay, so a lot of dreams of getting real rich from XRP. I want to take a look at the technicals just real quick. All right, you don't have to be an expert at Japanese candlestick chart reading, but you can see that we're at the top of the top, the all-time high. It's come to this twice before. This is the third time, and it's struggling at this point. So you've got to look at that. That would be like a ceiling or a resistance that it would have to penetrate. So we're looking at 2.71, 2.72 USD, something like that right now. All-time high. Let's go down in scale to a 3-month chart, and this is what's concerning to me. Is you see right here at the top this red candlestick, that little star, that's a cross, a cross is a reversal pattern, just like the cross of Jesus Christ will change everything. The cross of Jesus Christ will change the direction of your life. Well, in Japanese candlestick chart reading, that's called a doji, all right? And it looks like a plus sign right now. That means the market is vacillating. There's some pushing the price up, some pushing the price down, so it's kind of stuck at that doji. If it makes a spike up and then comes back down, that doji is called a gravestone doji. It's a strong reversal pattern on an uptrend. That's not good. You can see that it did a gravestone doji, well, a few weeks back, and then that's called a retracement or a flag. As it's going up, it does a few weeks of going down, and then it shot back up. So of course, we're still bullish in the market, okay? But if any of you are leveraged, like you're borrowing money, you have a margin account, and this thing takes out the last week or two of gains, you're going to get a margin call and you're going to get burned. So this is where in my dream, I saw it goes straight up and then it goes straight down, taking out the gain. Now, I don't have a price or a time in my dream. I don't have that. And if it were to happen, in my view, I would say, wow, I would buy the dip. But again, if you're a newbie and you're borrowing money, it's going to liquidate you. Let's just go to this account, Elon Trades. Wise advice, I think. This man has been in the market. He says, XRP holders, don't round trip this time. Okay, we've gone through a few crypto winters, the veterans, and this round trip means you go all the way up, you see the gain, and then you see it all taken away. So when you exit at an all-time high, it could go further up, but I wouldn't be sad. This man says, take the 4x and run. And you'll see some people will do that, some won't. It all depends on your belief. So here we've got Jason saying $5 is the target for him. Is probably the highest that it goes. A lot of people hodling this coin for a long time. Don't get caught being exit liquidity, right? That means there's a lot of people who want to get out at an all-time high, and you're pumping money in while it's high. That's called FOMO, fear of missing out. Right? I want to tell you this because I know a lot of Christians are just getting involved in this. They're new, so these are just some terms you just don't FOMO. Don't ape in when everything is at an all-time high. That's dangerous. There's always going to be a retracement. It's always going to come back down. In my opinion, Jason says, there will be a big sell-off around the all-time high or just beyond it. Well, by definition, there's a sell-off. That's what creates the all-time high. But yeah, that makes sense. So here's the tokenomics of this, and I just want you to think about it for those who are believing that it's going to go to $5 very soon. At this price, okay, so let's start with how XRP works. Okay, XRP is a coin that was made really for the banks. A guy named Jed McCaleb made this, and his story is interesting as well. But XRP has a total supply of 100 billion tokens, and as of last update, around 54 billion XRP are circulating. So that's more than about 40%, but more than 40% of XRPs are not circulating. What does that mean? It's being held in escrow by the owners. That means the owners have a lot of power. This is not a decentralized coin in the true sense of the decentralized cryptocurrency. This is pretty controlled by whoever the owners are. And Jet was one of them, and he had 9 billion of them as a parting gift, as a separation gift, And he's been selling it off, and of course that was done. Everybody was waiting for that, and they thought the price would shoot up when Jed's 9 billion tokens, free, free money for him. He sold it off, obviously a multi-billionaire, and XRP did nothing. It was lackluster for a long time. So the tokenomics of this is, for XRP with this amount in circulation and at this price to go to $5, that means the market cap would have to go from the current 152 billion, all right, to 500 billion. 500 billion. That's a lot of money coming in. So for that to happen, many things have to take place. There's got to be a widespread adoption. The banks have to adopt it. Tons of money has to come in. The market sentiment has to be overwhelmingly positive for XRP and no other competitor. And the funny thing is, when Jed McCaleb left XRP, he went and started a competitor doing the same thing, like the same coin with a different name, called XLM. That's called Stellar Lumens. It's the same thing, but they're saying, he claims it's not targeting big banks, but it's for the unbanked, especially in Africa. All right, so the supply, you have to burn it or lock it for it to reach $5, right? Adoption has to increase. The regulatory environment has to be very favorable. A lot of things has to happen. A lot of money has to come in for XRP to go to $5. It's all possible. A lot of it's just driven by, wild imagination, and the fan clubs can do it. But all right, I think there's going to be a correction according to my dream, and then yes, it can go back up. So if you've got diamond hands, you just hold on to it, and I think next year it's going to be very bullish. It's going to be good. All right, what else can we look at here? All right, so we're on to Joe Biden again. No one is above the law. I just think it's interesting. God gave me this dream on the same day that Joe Biden pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. And as this community note says, he's covering up 11 years of offenses against the United States, which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period from January 2014. Look at that date. That's the year we started talking about the signs in the sky, the lunar tetrad, through to December 2024. Okay, that's 11 years. Remember, 11, the number of chaos. Why 2014? That's when they overthrew the Ukrainian government. A lot of the U.S. politicians got their children on boards of Ukrainian companies, and that's where the alleged money laundering or corruption, a lot of enriched family members came out of that from 2014. So why that date is very interesting, isn't it? And yet he said, no one is above the law. Well, this is what I don't like. When the elites like a coin, when they like something, they manipulate. See, the elites are not fair. They raided Barron's bedroom, but they never raided Hunter Biden's home or bedroom. How unfair is that? They don't play fair. This is the daily chart here. It's kind of hitting a resistance. You can see that. And rather than doing the flag, which is a little bit of a step down, you do long step up, little step down, long step up, little step down. That's the normal uptrend. But here it's struggling. It's making what's called a triangle. It's bouncing over, against the resistance and making this triangle. If it breaks through that, it's a lot of energy. It'll probably go to 330. That's the next target, 330, and then it will bounce back down. But if it doesn't manage to break that, it's going to take all the gains and come back down. I would say, what is this here? About maybe around 220 mark. That'd be the first one. but it could go down to 2 actually. So what I saw in my dream was it shot up and then it shot down, taking back all the gains. Okay, so maybe to the moon, maybe buried in the moon or crash at the moon. And remember, guys, don't let greed take hold of you. When you make these gains, you're going to owe some tax to the tax man, but you owe God at least 10%. And you should have a goal to do more than what the law requires. I think 20% is a great goal. Minimum 20% tithe and offering. Make sure that you support this ministry because you've been feeding off of it, you've been listening to it, you enjoy it. Help the ministry that you enjoy. All right, make sure you honor God, even with crypto. I've seen so many people just recently, somebody got an inheritance or an insurance payoff, even $700,000, but they didn't tithe. The next time I talked to them, they said, well, that 700,000 turns out there's this debt, that debt, this problem, that problem. I might be left with 200,000. Not even sure if I can retire off of that. You see what happens? People willingly give up $500,000 because they didn't want to tithe. The tithe would have been what? Would have been, well, if you say 700,000, then that would be 70,000, 140,000. Even if she gave 140,000, that would have protected the money. So remember, I've watched it over and over. People forget God when things are going well. Oh, they'll get on their knees and cry to God when they have nothing. And they'll make vows, Lord, I will remember you. I will serve you. I will support your mission work, whatever it is, your church. And then when things go well, man, they forget. They forget their words, their promise, God's word, God's requirements. Don't be like that. It's so easy to give. So easy, all right? If you want to give crypto, we are the first ministry in the world, as far as we know, the first ministry in the world that accepted tithing and offerings through Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We're kind of like El Salvador. We believe that this is the future. Decentralization is the future. So honor God with it. That's it for me, guys. I want to reiterate again, there is a wealth transfer coming up, but you have to be wise. You have to study these things and make wise decisions. All right, nothing is forever. Nothing in this world is forever. So you have to have a good plan. You have a good entry. Don't enter at all-time highs. You enter at retracements. You enter at breaks. That's great. And then you have to have an exit plan, right? Because nothing is forever. So you figure out where do you exit and be happy if you've made 2x, 3x, 4x. When is enough for you? Are you going for 10x? Okay, if it's 10, then you say that's it. Some of you have an exit based on time. That's okay too. I don't know how you know the future, but if you say, okay, May next year, sell in May and go away, that's the kind of the adage in trading. You say, May next year, I got to get out. All right, okay, so you've got a time target. Then don't sweat it. You just have diamond hands, okay? Anyway, I pray that God really prospers you and gives you peace in whatever you do. And never trade anything that you're going to cry over if you lose it, because this is the most volatile market that anybody can get involved in. It's not for the feeble hands and the faint-hearted. So stay strong, guys, and whatever happens, keep looking up.